Hi everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. This is my weekly shop update for March 17th through the 23rd. So as you can probably see, I've got a whole bunch of scrap lumber here on my workbench. I'm doing a little spring cleaning. I'm making a bunch of cutting boards. This stack was actually a lot larger yesterday. I've gotten through about half of it so far. I am working on a video explaining my process of turning all my scrap lumber into end grain cutting boards. And I'll probably have that available in a few weeks. It's probably going to take me a few weeks to get through the whole process with a few of them here. I'll probably end up with about 20 or 30 cutting boards in the end. Another thing going on here in the shop this week is my wife and I have been working on a bench for the end of our bed. My wife found the plan for this bench on Anna White's website. It's a really simple little bench with some drawers in it. It's a pretty simple construction. It's all made of pine from the home center and pocket screws. So last night we actually got started on the project. We went out to Menards and we picked up all the pine for the project. We glued up the legs for it, and we got some of the sides attached. It was a lot of fun to be out here with my wife working on that project. She typically isn't that interested in coming out here and working on things with me, but this time she was into it. I got to teach her how to use a pocket hole jig and use a table saw to cut some pieces to length. It's a pretty good, it's a good beginner, basic how-to kind of project. It's not too complicated. As I said, it's all put together with pocket screws, so there's no complex joinery going on there. It uses really simple side mount slides or bottom corner slides, the European slides. So those will be pretty easy to install. It looks like it would be a really good project for the casual DIYer or someone just getting into it. It's a good entry-level project. So that's been a lot of fun. She hasn't decided if she wants to paint it or to stain it. The one on Anna White's website is painted. It's white with some kind of crinkle or some kind of patina look to it to make it look aged. But I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can take a look at that if you're interested in building that yourself, or with your spouse, or with your loved one, or someone who's interested in getting started in woodworking. All right, so on to my secretary desk. I'll take you guys over there and show you what progress I've made so far. Okay, so over at the desk this week, not a whole lot here. I spent most of my weekend doing the cutting boards. But what I did do is I did get the breadboards attached to the desk lid. I got them pinned, and I cut the bead around the outside of the front. So it's really coming together. You can really get an idea of what it's going to look like when it's done. That's really cool. And the other thing I did is I cut the mortises for the hinges in the desk top, or to be the writing surface. The desk hinges are going to be a little interesting to mount because from what I'm reading, if you set them in too far, the lid won't close all the way. If you set them out too far, there'll be a gap on the outside, so you got to get that placement of the hinges just right. And what I'm going to do, just to be on the safe side, is not cut them in very far, excuse me, and then I can come back and increase the depth of the mortise, the depth into the case, not the depth down, but the depth into the case, to move that pivot point in. I'll do the same thing on the lid as well until I get it to swing and close perfectly, or as close to perfect as I can get it. But before I can get started with the hinges, I need to cut the rabbet on the desk lid. So that's all for this week. As always, if you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything else here in my shop, please leave them in the comments area below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Please subscribe to stay updated with my videos. And again, until next week, happy woodworking.